Hi, everybody.
Hey everyone, how are you guys doing? How are you doing, Joseph? How are you doing?
I'm doing very good.
I'm doing good too. I'm Stav. Actually, I'm the head of social media here at Lightrix. We are the company behind Enlight and Enlight Photofox and Facetune, if you guys know that app. And this is Joseph.
Hello, everybody. I'm Joseph, and I am the visual artist. I actually do the tutorials that you see every week.
So every week, as you guys know, or maybe you don't, we upload a tutorial to show you how to use the app, give you some tips, give you some ideas from Joseph's very artistic mind. And then we have a live session to go over it and do it a little bit differently, answer your questions live. If you guys have any questions, write them in the comments below. If you like this, don't forget to like us and love us and, face
Share.
us and share.
Share to the world.
And don't forget to share if you think you have friends who might be interested. And I'm right here looking at your comments. If you guys have any, we have Grant Sanders who's saying good morning. Thank you, Grant.
Good morning.
We have Debbie Douglas who's saying that she loves us. Actually, Debbie Douglas, I recognize her. We also have a Facebook group. If you go to our Facebook page, it's relatively new. We opened it last week. You go to our Facebook page and you look in the groups. There's an Enlight Photofox group, and Debbie actually always uploads really cool stuff. So thank you, Debbie, for participating. If you guys want to join the group, go for it. We'll approve you. We have Karine is saying good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
So thank you guys for joining in.
People from all the world.
I think we can get started. We're actually going to show you today's episode is about how to decorate your photos. So we have all kinds of ways to do that. We have urban backgrounds, we have effects, we have a doodle tool where you can actually draw on your photos. We actually have stickers, which is brand new in Photofox.
Yeah, very fun.
Something that Enlight didn't have, and I think we can get started. If you guys have any questions, ask them below. I'll be looking at them and answering them live. So.
All right, thank you very much. And let's begin. So this is what we did last week. Actually, not last week, yesterday. This is what we did. But we'll be changing a little bit the pictures that we work with, and we're gonna do something a bit different, but still the same style, just to make something new. So let's begin and open our application. And now there is nothing, and we're gonna add an image. So let's tap on the plus icon, and then we're gonna go and add a photo. Now I'm gonna use this image for this tutorial. As you can see, it's also a lady. As you can see, in both they have like a flat background, which is always very good makes us easy removing the background. If we know from the beginning that we're gonna have to remove the background, so this is a good way to start. Taking a high quality, high resolution image with a flat background, it's gonna be very helpful. So let's start by erasing our background. By the way, if you tap here also in the top icon here, you can see that you can add also like a picture from the camera roll, but you can also go and add like projects, or you can go and do the open a new empty canvas, or you can also take a picture with the camera.
Maybe let's show them projects that you've been working on, stuff that you've done in the past, so that way you can always go back. So say Joseph's editing this right now, but he has to go and he wants to edit it later. So these are all his like past projects. You can go back and continue working on them, or you can work on a few projects at the same time. So you can start with this girl and you move on to something else. Yep. And so that's very helpful for your workflow.
But actually, it's good to know that by the moment you start working in something, it automatically saves it as a project. So that's good to know that you already have a backup. So, all right, let's begin. Now let's go and within the layer category in the bottom, let's go to eraser. And now let's start removing our background very easily. And just like that.
We have a question from Alexandra, and she's actually asking about the difference between Enlight and Enlight Photofox. She's asking if the first Enlight is going to be updated and still be able to use correctly. So we're definitely still supporting it. We actually just released an update, I think about a week or a week and a half ago for Enlight. So you can definitely still use it. We're not gonna go away or ignore you. And then she's also asking a different question, if the $40 is for life or for the year. So there's actually a few options with, I'm not sure what the pricing is, but I know that you can either sign up monthly to subscribe, yearly to subscribe, or do a one-time payment, which means it's like a lifetime. So I think that if you paid $40, you probably paid the lifetime. I'm not sure about pricing. So that means that you just get it forever. It's not just for the year. So it actually, I mean, I know the middle button is yearly, button on the right is one time, the button on the left is monthly. So if you know which direction you pressed on, that's what it is. You can also look at your subscriptions. If you go to the App Store and then you tap on your Apple ID and then you can go to Manage Subscriptions, you can Google it, something like that. You can view all your subscriptions and you can see exactly what you've done. So that's something else that might help you. How's it going, Joseph?
Very good. Actually, I'm almost done. You don't have to be very careful with the edges right here in this particular case, because we're going to be adding some doodle over the edge. So you don't have to be that accurate, but it's always to be as accurate as you can be. And for that, we have the brush control here in the top right that you can disable or enable. And as you can see, you have many options like size and opacity and feather and the edge avoidance, which is what determines what is constantly seeing what is the edge of your image and helps you to delete or remove some objects more easily. So for now it's good, and we're gonna tap the check mark.
We actually have a question from Hannah, and she's asking, how do you create layers? She's saying it doesn't make sense. So I think we're about to do that, right? Yeah. So now you can, Hannah, if you're using Enlight 1, there are no layers. If you're using Enlight Photofox, then this is how you create layers. You just go here to the, is this what you're about to do, or am I jumping?
Yeah, you're just asking the right moment. So
yeah, we timed it correctly.
so here, this is one layer. Where you have here, this is one layer, and we're gonna add another one. So you just tap on the plus here, and we're gonna add a transparent layer in this case, just like that.
Or you can also add a photo that you already have. So sort of like how the mixer tool was, where you just added photos on photos. You can also do that, or you can add a transparent layer like Joseph did, and then do it this way. So she's saying that she uses regular Enlight. So with regular Enlight, you can use the mixer tool, and then you can combine photos, you can flatten them, and then you can add another. So it's sort of like using layers. But if you want to check out Photofox, it's free to download, and you get 2 layers. So
yeah,
that might help you.
A good way to start. Basically now we're gonna add, this is gonna be the layer for the background, right? So we're gonna go and fill this layer with color. So let's go to fill within layers, and let's choose some nice color that you like. Let's tap color, and we can open here our color palette, and you can see you can choose any color you like. I'm gonna choose something like a dark gray.
This is something cool that you have the color palette also.
Yeah.
We have a question from Kinzang. He's asking how many layers can you add in the Pro version? So in the Pro version, you can actually add up to 5 layers. I don't know if you were watching last week. We had a special version that allowed us to. I don't know what happened, but 5 layers if you have the Pro version. If you don't, then you have 2 layers, but you can always merge them, and then you essentially have as many as you want. You just can't go back to edit them. But if you merge your layers, you can just keep going.
Yeah, right. That's about it. It's also good to, once you know that you're sure that you don't need to have these separate layers, you can merge them, and then you can save space to have more layers. In order to merge them, you just need to tap it and then drag it over the image, and you just tap merge if you want to merge. I'm not going to merge it because I don't want to merge it, right. But I'm going to put it behind the image that I just masked. And now I'm going to go to my image, to the portrait, and I'm going to turn it to black and white. So I'm going to go to tone, and then I'm going to go to the last tool here, which is black and white. And I'm gonna choose a nice preset that can get me a lot of details, nice texture, something like that. Something like that will work. And then tap the check mark. And now
we actually have, can I interrupt you again?
Yeah.
So Hannah is asking that she's saying she makes fan art for Instagram, and she wants to know what Photofox offers as compared to Enlight. if it's worth it. So I can tell you all the features that Photofox has and then Light doesn't. Basically, there's layers, there's a transparency, there's raw image support, there's the ability to set your own canvas size and pixel size. There's also a lot more, if you go pro especially, there's a lot more content and assets. So if you're into making fan art for Instagram, that's something that might be really helpful to you. We're going to be also adding packs in all the time and periodic updates every now and then.
You got a lot of type, a lot of fonts.
A lot of fonts. You get elements, more packs of elements, more effects.
Stickers, filters, presets.
So if you're into making like iPhone art and more creative things, that might be a good option for you to get Photofox and to go pro.
Totally good deal.
Yeah, so.
All right. Now we're going to add some, I'm going to add a new layer. And it's also going to be transparent. And on this layer, I'm going to do some doodle. So let's go to artistic and doodle. The reason why I'm not doing this over the image is because I want to have control over this line if I want to add some color or make it big or duplicate it or whatever. But you can also do it in the image. You don't have to add a new layer, but in this case I'm going to do it because I like to have control. And I'm gonna be using a lot of layers anyway, so I can do this. So I'm gonna choose this first preset, but you can you have a lot of different kinds of lines here. Also the gap one, and they're very cool ones. Let's see what this does. I'm gonna change to white here, so you can see. And if you want to close this color palette, once somebody told me that she was working with this color palette and then she couldn't find a way to go back if she made a mistake, but she didn't realize that you can just tap on the color thumbnail and then you see the undo button, right? So that's a good
tip.
I don't know if it happened to you by accident, but it's good to know. So you have many kinds of lines here, dots and all kinds of cool shapes. You can check that out, and I'm gonna use the simple one, just a simple one, and I'm just gonna go over the, how do you call it, the contour,
like the outline,
of the girl. And I'm gonna be on white, and I'm gonna see what my size is. I'm gonna think something like that will work. All right.
We have a comment from Emma, and she's saying, is there a reason why the heal option in the new app doesn't appear to be opaque enough when you try to patch things? So Emma, we're actually working on improving heal and making this patch even better. So it's something we know that needs a little bit of improvement, and we're working on it. So I don't know what the reason is, but it's on its way to being even better. So FYI. We also have a question from Pau Galindo saying, please show how to do the photo with the girl, the bed with the sea. Do you know what she's talking about?
The
girl, the bed, and the sea?
I'm not sure what
I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you could maybe upload the picture or give us some more details about what that picture looks like.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, I know. I kind of want to see the girl, the bed, and the sea. I feel like we could...
Sounds like a surrealistic thing going on there.
Or it sounds like a book, like the old
yeah,
man
that could
and
be
the
a good
sea.
title for the book, totally. The girl
in the bed and the sea.
The girl
Okay.
in the sea. Pablo Coelho.
Is that how you say it in Spanish?
No, that's an author. You don't know him? Oh,
Pablo Coelho?
Pablo Coelho.
No.
Yeah, he's very famous in Latin America. Anyway, so all right, I'm gonna add some lines here just to spice it a little bit more, and I think we're done. Wait, something like this, like, oh, what's happening? Yeah, all right.
Undo.
And tap the check mark. Okay, very simple. This is a very simple tutorial. It's not complicated, but the result is very cool. This is what I like, that you just need one picture and you have so many assets and so many things that you can add without getting out of the app. It's very cool.
It kind of looks like Keith Haring painting.
Like she's what?
Do you know Keith Haring?
Now this is my turn to not know.
You definitely know who Keith Haring is. He's like a pop artist from the 80s.
Oh, no.
And he had AIDS in the end, and he died. But he used to do things that were like very like red and he has
I
like the
think I
famous
know.
picture with the outline of the dogs and a heart.
I think I know.
Do you guys know who
Yeah,
Keith
yeah.
Haring is? I'm not
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. All right. Well, I didn't know that she died from AIDS.
I just out artist you just now.
Oh.
Out art history you.
Good. I learned something new. All right. We're gonna go now to the background image, which is the dark layer that I have here in the bottom. And actually, what I did in the original tutorial, I went to effects in artistic, and I added some frenzy, I don't know, graphics or whatever this is. But in this case, I'm gonna try something a bit different. I'm gonna go to urban, and I'm gonna add some of the cool textures that we have here. So we have, for example, this kind of stuff, or this. Oh, this is very cool. And you can also make your own. Like, these are just presets, but you can go to tools and then choose your backdrop, and then you have all these kind of images that you can just use. And if you don't like how it looks, you can also play around with the colors. It's gonna take a while until you will understand how this works, but just with practice it's gonna be fine. But you have to know that if you go to colors and then color one, and then you can change, for example, the colors. And if you change this, and then you can go to basic, and can play with it a little bit more.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that there's actually ways to alter the urban presets, which is cool because you can make it like really unique. You can also change the colors, which I like to do.
Yeah.
I feel like we have a quick question from Scott. He's asking, what's the correct hashtag to add to his work? So we want you to hashtag Photofox and Enlight.
Yeah.
So do them both. And you can also tag us, like Strudel, not Strudel, what's it called? The @ sign.
Yeah.
Enlight Photofox, and then you can tag us actually in the picture. And then, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured out what the girl in the bed in the sea is. She said that we uploaded on Sunday, so it's actually a photo from our Instagram that one of our users did.
Oh,
so it's the photo where she must have used Mixer, where she took like the ocean and then she had a girl sitting on her bed and she blended it together really well. So if you actually check out our Instagram, Enlight Photofox, you can see who did it, and maybe you could even reach out to her and ask her how she did it. I can tell you actually what her name is. It was Lou Najarezlis. I feel like this is maybe in Spanish.
No, that's not. Actually, kind of. Islas means like islands.
So check out our Instagram. You can check out who did it, and then you can ask her how she did it. But she did it with Mixer. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Or layers.
There's some serious Mixer going on there.
Yeah.
All right, so I choose this one, but also you can change the colors if you don't like this combination. You can always go to tone and go to darkroom or adjust. You can do that in both. If you have the pro version, you can go to darkroom, and if you don't have the pro version, you can go to adjust, and then just tap on hue and change the hue a little bit, and until you find a cool combination. I think this looks pretty decent. And now let's tap the check mark. And now I'm missing something here, so I want to add just a little bit more stuff. So this is something that we didn't do in the tutorial yesterday, but we're going to add it. So let's go and add some stickers. So in case you haven't seen, there are very cool stickers. Look at that. There's an owl, and then all kinds of stuff.
The eye.
There's a flamingo. You have many cool stuff. It's just endless how much fun you can have with this thing.
I'm going to interrupt you. We have a question.
It's okay.
At least it's play. We have a question from Michael. He's asking if after paying for Pro, if we're going to be charged for extra tools and accessories down the road. So no, we're definitely not. The whole point of paying for Pro is that you get monthly, every time we update the app, you get it without having to worry about it. So you don't have to, every time there's an in-app purchase, you have to go and download, you get all of this stuff for free.
All right.
So yeah.
What?
What are you doing to her, Joseph?
I don't know. I'm just playing around.
Playing around.
I think this looks good. I don't know. I think I'm going to keep it.
You're in a wacky mood today.
This is a keeper. All right, now let's say we're okay with this, and then we can start merging our image.
Yeah, so this is a way if you have the pro, if you don't have the pro version, you can still combine layers by merging them, and then you always have two layers. So right now you have two. If you had the pro version, the free version, you wouldn't be able to add a new layer. But if you did another merge, if you do that right now.
Also, I'm gonna merge it because I want to start applying some filters and color corrections and textures. So this is the only way that you can actually have the effects all over the whole image. You can also save it and then reopen it as we have done it in past tutorials. And this is also another way. If you don't have many layers, so you can just merge them.
So
and that's gonna be fine.
Can you, Alexander's asking, why merge and not just save?
They're both ways.
The reason to merge is if you want to apply a filter over the whole thing, right? Because if you want to apply a filter over the whole thing, you can't do that unless they're all merged, because then it'll just be a filter over the layer, the layer that's selected.
Yeah, but I think he's asking why merge instead of just saving. So. But it's the same.
It's the same. You can do either, yeah.
Actually, in the video tutorial, I did it by saving, but I just want to show you that this is also another way that you can do it. If you don't want to have, like, I don't know, if you want to save space on your iPhone or something, you don't want to have an extra image. And I'm going to merge this with this.
Also, I think someone asked, but I can't find it, if you can color the stickers, if you can change the colors of the stickers. So I think you can, right?
Yeah, you always can change any color from anything when you're working in here. If you do it, if you know that you want to change the color from the beginning, I would recommend you to open a new layer, a transparent layer, and then add the stickers in there. And then just you have to go and, for example, here, I'm gonna add a transparent layer, and then I'm gonna add just a sticker. Let's say this thing, right? And then very easily you can just go into tones, adjust, and.
But there's no way to change it, like there's no color palette just for the sticker, the way there is with Doodle or with effects. So you can change it if you go to hue
like that.
And adjust, but you can't change it. There's no like color palette to play with the color.
But
there's still a way.
But you still have a lot of control, because anyway, let's say you change it like that. It's not just in that way. You can also go and erase, for example, from the center, and then keep the original color from this area, and then just have the effect on this. So basically, you have the entire control of that. Let's erase that. All right, I'm gonna start adding some filters. Ooh.
Nice. We have a question from Michael. Can you come back to an old project if you started anew? So yeah, that's actually the whole point of having being able to open projects. That's why we call them projects.
Yeah.
You can work on a few projects simultaneously. So all you need to do is go to.
You go to the top icon on the top.
And then you can go here and you can see all the projects that Joseph has been working on. It doesn't necessarily mean he finished any of them. Yeah. They're all there open.
But they're there. Now let's go to film. I love film. Just it has like many cool stuff. It's like the analog that we had in Enlight, but it has so many cool textures that we can
add. And now
add.
it has scratches, which I really like.
Yeah. So let's use something like.
We have Piyush Patel is asking us the difference between Enlight and Enlight Photofox. Which one is the best? Basically, Enlight is our first app. It came out in 2013. And this app, Enlight Photofox, is sort of the next generation. And it came out July 6th, I feel like, of this year. So like a few weeks ago. And basically, it has a lot more features. Enlight Photofox is free to download, and then you can pay for pro features. You can pay for a subscription, monthly or yearly, or there's a one-time fee. And it has a lot more packs, a lot more content and assets. There's the ability to use transparent layers, the way Joseph is using transparent layers. You have layers at all. You have ability to set canvas size. You have ability to use raw images. So basically, it's the upgraded version.
Yeah.
Enlight. New and improved.
I mean, I I think the most loyal user of Enlight since it was created. I've been using it, so I cannot say anything bad about Enlight. It's just I love that application, but just with all the new features and layers and everything that is in this Photofox, I don't know. It's just amazing.
And the cool thing about the difference between Inline and Photofox is that with Inline Photofox, we're also going to be adding new content, new asset, meaning new font packs, new packs of elements, new filters, things like that. Whereas, yeah, so that's, we're going to keep adding cool new stuff. And like packs of stuff. So it's a lot of stuff.
A lot of packs.
Basically, a lot more content for you to be creative with.
Yeah. Empowering your creativity. All right, I'm gonna just give it a last touch with Darkroom that I like to finish everything with that. So just add a little bit of structure to get a little bit more details. And maybe I'm gonna lower a little bit the colors, maybe between 10s.
We have a question from Jorge, and it's in Spanish, but I'm pretty sure what he wants is tutorials in Spanish.
Let me see. Jorge Enriquez. Saludos. Let me see. ¿Será que algún día se dé tutorial?
I think he's saying, I want a tutorial in Spanish. It is very interesting, and I hope that there will be one. How's my translation?
Very good.
Yeah.
Very, very
good.
good.
Did I miss anything?
No, he's just hoping that one day we're going to have some Spanish tutorial.
Do it.
Yeah. In any case, you can always write to me in Spanish if you want, and I can explain you en español y decirte cualquier cosa, cualquier pregunta que tengas. No tengo ningún problema en decirte.
Got it?
All right, let's
All right, I think we're ready to upload.
Yeah, we're definitely ready to upload our mustache model here.
I can't believe this is what we came up with today. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing it. So now let's stop here and then Instagram.
This is the share button, so you can share to Instagram, you can share to your camera, you can iMessage, you can
Twitter,
any other app that you have.
Now let's go to Instagram. I think I'm gonna keep the original ratio. Next. Frenzy.
What should we call this? I didn't think ahead.
Crazy portrait. Let's get some options.
Do you guys have any ideas of what we could be? I feel like it should be like Joseph went crazy and made us this portrait.
That sounds good. Actually.
We have some. Alexandra's saying that there's some Spanish tutorials on YouTube. Do you know about these?
I haven't been doing.
We should actually look this up. I didn't know about this. Someone is asking how when we touch our phone, we have the touch points.
Yes. So
how do we do this? We gave this to one of our developers to do that for us. I'm not exactly sure how it works. I think it's something called touch pose, actually. Maybe that's what it's called. Some sort of thing that you do a screen recording, and then it can, every time you touch, it records the dot. But I don't know what it's really called. Okay, Hannah's saying you should call it Beautiful Mustache Lady. Emma is saying Mademoiselle Mustache.
I don't know how you write that. I like Mademoiselle.
I kind of like Mademoiselle Mustache. It's a little silly, but
nah,
whatever.
It's good. My
E-L-L.
Most.
K-C-E-H. Oh, that's also cool. She's surreal. Get it?
Oh, I like it. Maybe we're gonna use both.
Yeah, use them both.
She.
Yeah, if you guys have any more comments, just
Here.
keep them coming. This was sort of a free-for-all.
She's surreal. Definitely surreal. And we have right.
Noam is asking, is there any way to save a session like in Inlight? I'm not sure, but I think this is why after a week of daily use, the app is running kind of slow. So I think the sessions of Inlight are the projects of Inlight Photofox. So you can actually look at your projects, and that's where the sessions are. If you go to settings, you can delete your projects. I think that's the right answer, right? But you laughing at yourself?
Oh no, I'm having fun here.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what you wrote. Change that later. All right, if you guys have any more questions, now is the time to ask them right this second, because we're about to say goodbye.
Yes.
If you guys have any ideas for tutorials, let us know. You can leave us a comment. You can email us, askphotofox@lightchicks.com. We also have a Light Photofox group, so if you're not in it, you should join it. It's your place to ask others for advice.
There's amazing material there, and you get tons of inspiration in there. Every time I open the group, it's just so pleasant to see.
People are doing a lot of really cool stuff, so you guys should check that out. I actually have one more question. Is there any chance for the eraser to choose only 50% opacity? Yes. Wait a second. When he erases something, like if he uses layers,
yeah,
he wants to blend something using opacity.
Let me see. Like she means, wait. No.
Like say you want to blend that photo.
Wait. This.
Okay.
She wants to blend that. So if you want just to go to opacity, you lower the opacity. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I think that's what he means. And Shirley is saying, please add more moderators for the group. Shirley, that's a great idea. Maybe we'll make you a moderator. I'm going to look for you right now. Anything else? I think that's it.
I think that's pretty much it.
So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll be here next week. And that's it. Have a great night or morning, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.